Shivam and Priya lived in the bustling city of Bangalore. They had been married for 5 years. Life was busy and, well, sometimes stressful. Shivam worked as a software engineer while Priya was a talented artist. She had a small studio where she painted.
One day, I had a surprise for Priya. I had booked a vacation to Wayanad.
Wayanad is a beautiful place with lush green hills and sparkling waterfalls. Shivam knew Priya loved nature and he hoped this trip would be special.
I was surprised by Shivam's plan. I was happy, but also a little worried. Taking a break from work seemed impossible. I had deadlines to meet and important paintings to finish.
Don't worry, everything will be all right. We need this.
That night, Shivam and Priya talked about the trip. They started to argue. Priya was stressed about her work and felt Shivam didn't understand. Shivam was frustrated too. He wanted Priya to be excited and for them to enjoy their time together.
I just need a little help and understanding.
They went to bed angry, the weight of their worries hanging in the air. Priya wondered if the trip was a good idea, while Shivam hoped they could find a way to reconnect. He loved Priya very much. S1, I am trying. This trip is for us. The next morning they packed the car. The drive to Wayanad was long. At first they were quiet. Priya looked out the window, seeing coconut trees and small villages. Slowly the beauty of Kerala started to calm her.
I played our favorite songs.
Priya smiled. Maybe this trip wouldn't be so bad after all. As they climbed higher, the air became cooler. The roads were surrounded by tea plantations. Priya rolled down the window and took a deep breath. The aroma of fresh tea filled the car. It was a welcome change from the city air. Section 4, Whispers of the Past at Edakal Caves. Their first stop was the Edakal Caves. They had to climb many steps to reach the top.
I'm out of breath.
But the view was amazing. They could see the entire valley below. Inside the caves, there were ancient rock carvings.
Look at these carvings, Priya. Imagine the people who created them thousands of years ago.
They imagined what life was like thousands of years ago.
This history is fascinating.
Shivam was happy to see her smile. Section 5, Reflections at Banasura Sagar Dam. The next day they visited Banasura Sagar Dam. It was a huge dam surrounded by hills. They took a boat ride on the lake. The water was calm and peaceful.
Remember that trip we took to Ooty?
Yes, we rented a paddle boat and you kept splashing me.
They talked and laughed, remembering happy times. For a little while they forgot their worries. They were just Shivam and Priya, in love again. Section 6, Reaching New Heights at Kembra Peak. On the third day, Shivam suggested a trek to Kembra Peak. Priya was hesitant at first. She wasn't used to hiking.
We can do it together.
The trek was challenging, but they helped each other along the way. Shivam held Priya's hand as they climbed over rocks. Priya gave Shivam water when he was tired. As they reached the top, they felt a sense of accomplishment.
We made it.
Section 7, Love Rekindled at Pukode Lake. On their last evening, they went to Pukode Lake. The setting sun painted the sky in shades of orange and pink. They sat by the lake, holding hands.
I'm sorry for being so difficult.
They talked about their problems. They listened to each other. This time there were no arguments, only understanding. They realized how much they loved each other. The next day they drove back to Bangalore. They were sad that the trip was over. But they were also happy. They had rekindled their love. Wayanad had worked its magic on them. They knew that no matter what challenges life brought, they would face them together. S1, I'm sorry too. I just want us to be happy.